It's the 23rd of May. You know what this song's called?
What's that?
The Lust for Life. I got a lust for life. I got a lust for life, and I got a lust for winning. Stop guessing, start winning. We were just on the radio. We were talking about streaks. And we're talking about Mike's appetite. No, in all seriousness. We were talking about comebacks. And the last video I did was on Sunday night. Mike wasn't here. He was at a buffet. And we were talking about, I mean, Mike here has gained about at least 20, 30 pounds of muscle since last year. The guy's unbelievable. What are you doing, the strongman contest?
Yeah, July 29th, you'll see me live on Snap at holding the two bars together for as long as I can, carrying large stuff. Yeah, strongman competition.
ESPN strongman competition. Here's what we're talking about. Remember I did that video and I said you weren't here because he was carb loading. And I said, don't lay the chalk. Do not lay the chalk. I said, are you going to lay the 16? Isn't that what I said? I said, are you going to lay the 16? And if you follow me on Snapchat, @JohnSyndicate, they were up 16 at the half. That's what we discussed on the radio today. They were up 16 at the half, and they died. We had them in the first quarter, if you remember, minus the 6, and then they collapsed. Now tonight, what's the line, 15?
Right.
And everybody's going to roll with them, again, expecting them to come back, and they might win, they might not win. But again, you can't lay the chalk on a game like that, even if they win. I didn't lay the chalk last night, because the bottom line is there's more opportunities in in-game live trading. They were plus 2,400 at halftime on the in-game line. They made them a 4.5-point favorite at halftime. You know how many people probably laid that number? They didn't take the dog plus 4.5. They took the favorite minus 4.5, thinking, oh, no problem, they're going to win by 21 points. They only got to score 5 more points, already covering the 16. When teams have a lead, they're usually going to play comfortable because they are assuming they're going to win the game. Think of it like a horse race. The horse that comes out quick on the gate usually isn't going to win the race. And that's what happened in the Pimlico race. They didn't win the race. Now, we have international soccer. We've been playing Japanese soccer 3 in the morning with our international soccer trading office in Europe. We've been playing everything in soccer. We had a great week last week in soccer. We've been talking about the fact that teams in baseball have not been doing well on the road whatsoever. Bottom line is, if you're on the road, it's a tough thing to be an MLB team. I mean, the edge implicitly is at home. I mean, you're going to get some losses at home. Alan, keep it down over there, buddy. We're doing a video. My man Alan there, he's got a deep baritone voice that just bleeds through here on the video. Here's the bottom line. If you want a free tip, and I gave it out on the radio, you can watch all 100+ shows archived online. He's even on every show pretty much for the last 2 years. I give out a free information tip. I said, if you want free advice, even if you don't pay for information, and you want to come in from the outside to the inside, stay away from road teams. And if you're going to take that road team, you better grab the plus 1.5 when they offer you the opportunity, because I'm telling you, it is much easier to take a home team if you know your spots, unless you have certain road teams which perform at a much higher value and the line makers haven't caught up with teams like Colorado. Now, it doesn't mean that you just play Colorado every time they're on the road, because if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. But you have to understand implicitly the 12th man does rule in MLB, because you have an absence of a point spread and you understand that the team is going to win outright. I mean, look at the Orioles. They've lost 5 games at home. That's it.
Right, 15-5.
But think about who they lost to. They lost to Minnesota. They got shelled last night, 14-7. But Minnesota is one of the teams beside Colorado that has one of the best road records in the MLB. So if you expect a team to lose on the road at home, and they have a great home record, they're probably going to lose against a team that performs historically well on the road. And that's why we didn't play the Orioles last night. Another reason why we didn't play the Orioles last night is we don't like to lay heavy wood. We don't like to lay heavy wood. Laying heavy wood in baseball is a very dangerous thing to do. You have to pick and choose your spots. Now, when I say heavy wood, that doesn't mean we won't lay the wood on a plus 1.5 if the opportunity presents itself. And it doesn't mean each game isn't individually looked at and analyzed on its own merits. But if you're going to blanket make a generalization, you have to stick to core principles. Dogs win in MLB. Home teams always have the implicit edge, and road teams are always weak, no matter how good the teams are. Because, I mean, look, let's talk about it, Mike. I mean, we did the numbers. Orioles, as of yesterday, 15-4 at home.
15-5 now. But this is as of
Right.
yesterday.
And then on the road, they can't win a game.
No.
You got teams like the Texas Rangers, 16-8 at home. On the road, can't win a game. They go on a 10-0 streak basically at home, and then they go on the road. Of course, they bust their first loss at Detroit. I mean, this happens over and over and over again, and this is indicated in the lines. When you see these teams on these huge 10-game winning streaks and you see them at home, and then you wind up seeing them go on the road and you see them become a dog, and you scratch your head, you have to take into account location, location, location. It's just like real estate, and people don't put emphasis into this, and this is why I try to give you guys free advice. But one of the most important things that matters in baseball is defining your time frame. How many calls are you getting daily of guys calling up saying, show me what you can do tonight. Show me what you can do on the micro tonight, and how it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do tonight, because we know that baseball is the most profitable sport to play seasonally.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if you lose tonight. It doesn't matter if you lose tomorrow. It doesn't matter if you lose the whole week. It doesn't matter if you lose 2 weeks or 3 weeks. What matters is in a 160-game plus season, you will destroy the bookmakers if you have the right money management. But you still get guys watching these videos, and you say to them, do you know who I am? Have you seen me here? Have you seen me there? Have you listened to my radio shows? And they still say, can you show me what you can do tonight?
Well, that, and they want to watch that ESPN game on TV. It's all entertainment, especially in summer. Like baseball is like watching paint dry. We don't watch the games. We just basically play on a team based on the money line and the number on that, or whether it's a run line. And, you know, people are still hyper-focused on NBA. Look, NBA is almost over. We got the finals coming up next week, and that's it. There's possibly 10 more games, probably less than that. So the reality is, how are you going to spend your summer getting ready and geared for football? Don't miss out on baseball just because you don't want to watch it for entertainment like you do with football. Make your money so you can go into football season stacked and ready to go.
Stacked. Stacked right here. Look at this guy. Stacked is unbelievable. I mean, I don't even need a bodyguard. Not that I ever needed one anyway, but this guy's like Bruno the Beefcake. Take the call. We don't want to leave your new client waiting. Here's the bottom line. Over and over again, it's the same overriding trend. If you're looking to run a marathon, and you're looking to make more money than you ever thought possible, this is the time of year that you can profit. If you're looking for the hot run, if you're looking for that hot hit, if you're looking for that lock game that can't lose, then you're not watching relieving pitching in MLB, because, man, you look after the fifth inning in some of these games, and these teams do an about face. I mean, the Orioles were winning. What were they up yesterday?
They were up 5-2, then it was tied 6-6, and then Minnesota lit them up for 6 runs, I think, in the 6th.
Right, so after the fifth inning when there was a pitching change. So you have to understand, guys, the game is split into sections. You have the beginning of the game with the starting pitcher, which is what the line is set on, and then you get past that first 5-inning wager, and then you have the second half of the game, and then you have the closing end of the game, and then possibly the extra innings. And you've had a lot of games going to extra innings this year. And then you also have a scenario where if you look outside behind me, you can see in the window, it's gray, it's damp, it's raining, it's 60 degrees. 2 days ago it was 100 degrees. You're getting a lot of rain delays, not rain outs. So what you're doing is you're putting the brakes on these games, and that is very dangerous for the winning team. How so? Friday, I took my son to see the Oriole game against Toronto. Toronto was winning the game 3-1. Rain delay. Boom! Tied up 3-3. Rain delay. Come and they win the game 5-3. It was to the advantage of the losing team that the game went into a rain delay. So what you're doing is you're freezing the momentum with these rain delays, as opposed to just canceling the game. They're not just saying, oh, it's going to rain and we're going to just shut the game down. What they're doing is they're canceling the games before the games even start. There's an overriding trend. Once the game starts, pretty much they're going to wait it out and they're going to finish that game because they're trying to limit the amount of doubleheaders going into the next day. This is your May 23rd, Tuesday report. Stop guessing. Start winning. 1-800-880-7507. You too can profit from the same games the wise guys win week in and week out. Bigger beard, lighter beard, don't stall, make the call. Bottom line is this: if you're looking for the Holy Grail, go to church, go to synagogue, go to the mosque, go wherever you go. Don't look to pray for winners by calling somebody for hot picks. If you're looking to access the same games that professionals apply a proper money management system on, and you're looking to make long-term profits and treat your betting as a business, not a losing hobby, pick up the phone, make the call to the man sitting behind me. He will be glad to deal with you and lay out a financial system to fit your goals and wagering trading needs. As I said on Sunday night's video, don't lay the chalk. The biggest upset in 20 years, I repeat, 20 years, coming from a 16-point deficit and winning outright plus 1,400 on the money line and plus 2,400 on an in-game trading scenario, happened after I did that video when I said, don't lay the chalk. And I looked at you right here in the same spot and said, are you going to lay the 16? And you couldn't get even the outright win in being up 16 at the half. That's all you need to know. Good day and good luck.